Puffy like tries to play it off like, man, we ain't worried about none of your damn curses, blah 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 blah. And then Danhausen's finally, all right, F it, you are cursed, and he throws Grayson Waller in between him, thinking that Grayson Waller now caught the curse, and I'm just like, all right, that's just funny. And then him following it up with the you are cursed. You are cursed. I was dying, dude. Like, I love that guy.
In a world, two retired vets decided phone conversations about WWE storylines would make for a good podcast. Only one podcast dares to predict the future, where every move, every feud, every moment is overanalyzed. Grab your number 2 pencils. Get ready to step into the squared circle. This is your front row seat to the storylines as you wish they were written. Welcome to the If We Had Defensive podcast. Here are your hosts, 4-time Drum Corps Associates World Champion Sean Green, and the keeper of the coveted 10mm socket of excellence, and 2-time small hometown local youth hockey organization champion, Matt Jackson.
Welcome to another episode of If We Had the Pencil podcast. I'm your host, and I'm really getting old, and I'm doing old man things now, Sean Green. And with me, as always, the guy that's already gone through all the old man things and can tell me all about them, Matt freaking Jackson. Matt, how the hell are you, man?
Good, and just can't wait for all like new old man stuff to come down the pipe too. It's just such a joy.
Hey, man, I'm pushing 50 and I look phenomenal. Anyways, enough of that crap.
I'm 55 and I'm here.
I can still breathe and do things and stuff.
Yeah, I don't sharp my pants every time I pass gas either yet, so that's coming, I'm sure.
By the way, Matt.
51 seconds and we already got like defecation jokes going on. Fantastic.
That's all right. There's always room for poo. So.
And not Winnie.
No. I mean, you can't see my legs, so nobody knows if I'm Winnie the Poohing this podcast right now. Just saying.
Well, I know you're wearing pants because your daughter came in right before we went live, and if you were Winnie the Poohing it, she'd be traumatized.
That is true, and therapy is expensive. So
yes.
And by the way, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, we had 316 day yesterday.
I know. It's just all coming together. I'll be honest with you, dude. I went through the whole day, and it literally took people incrementally throughout the entire day to go, it's St. Patrick's Day, right? Like, okay, it's another day.
Yeah. I didn't realize it until I went to pick up mail at 1:30, and like the lady at the front desk was like dressed in green like a leprechaun, and I'm like, shit, today's St. Patrick's Day. Erin go brah.
Hey, I just want to point out to our listeners, this is how dedicated we are. Technically, we should be out on a bar crawl right now. I think that's what you do at St. Patrick's Day. And then, we should be doing that. But no, we're here with you talking WWE because, man, Matt, they are putting their foots down now. We're getting a little bit of momentum.
We are, and it's good because they're not waiting the 2 weeks before the show. Like, we're getting some stuff that they can
slap it all together.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Bondo, fixing bodywork on a car. Oh, just throw some more Bondo on it. Nobody will notice.
Spin the wheels of matchups. Yeah, Sheamus versus, I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, no, it was good, and it's getting better. I'll take it. But yeah, let's talk about
now, and then we're gonna be like shitting over some major stuff later on tonight. So yeah,
Sean's about to piss off 3 out of the 4 fan bases in the men's championship arena, if you will. But let's talk about SmackDown first.
Sure.
Drew McIntyre came out, threw a temper tantrum, took his ball, and went home, supposedly, and threw a hissy fit. And
he does a great job of just quitting. Like to give it, like he's great at everything.
I wish that whole program Well, it doesn't really help on Netflix because Netflix is starting to blot out shit now, and it's like, just let it go, man. Let it go. I just want Drew to be like, all right, you know what? Fuck you and fuck you, I'm out. Sorry, folks. That slipped. Anyways, moving.
We won't talk about the 3 or 4 that were on last week's show.
Yeah, well, when it happens, it's epic. So then, after Drew's hissy fit and Nick Aldis having a meltdown and basically going like, I know I screwed you, but you pissed me off, so that's why I screwed you. Which we'll get into it, but I'm going to hold off for now because we're not talking about the catalyst of my hate on SmackDown right now. So after that, Uncle Howdy, Eric Rowan defeated Solo Sikoa and Talatanga. It was fun. Eric Rowan is probably the poster child for how you wrestle as a big dude lately. Yeah. Like watching him in the ring, because he doesn't get in the ring much, but man, I was watching how I was like, he knows how to wrestle like a big dude.
He's a pretty active
I was
dude, like he does that leg kick. He's a big guy. For him to throw like a leg kick is pretty impressive.
It's challenging with bigger wrestlers because you can be a bigger wrestler and you can be good, but you might be plodding, right? Like your match tempo slows down so much. Now, listen, he's eating everything, okay? Like, it's going to slow you down.
Move even slower now.
And they re-upped it for season 2.
If they bring him back, they should just call him Pokey McSlow, moving at the speed of Slug.
Look, man, he's got the bubble guts. It's just going to happen. And then we get the whole drama at the end of this whole thing with, like, Nikki Cross kind of gets the lantern, tries to give it back to Uncle Howdy, and they take it away from him again. And it's just like, are we really doing this lantern thing all the way to Mania? Like, we're...
Yes, sir.
Okay. You better come big and correct once we get to Mania, man. I want pomp, circumstance, and you better make it feel big. Because right now, and there's a couple of times we're going to talk about this today, there's a couple of programs right now that are in a rut, and this is one of them. Like, I love me some Wyatt 6, but it just... All right, we have a faction here. We're going to have a faction here. Shake up the snow globe. Let's see what couple of people fall out. Like, okay, cool. Solo Sikoa and Talatanga versus Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan. Cool. That's what it feels like right now.
To me, that makes sense, because if it's like, it should always be Gacy and Loomis if they're doing a tag, if they're in it. So if Howdy's going to be in a tag, it should always be with Eric Rowan. I think
I get it. It's
when
just,
you do a 6-man tag, you can mix it up. But like if you're doing a straight tag, and I kind of like Rowan and Howdy kind of work as a good team together.
I agree. It's more so I am starting to get exhaustion with MFTs versus Wyatt 6. That's my problem.
I agree, because it's just they're not adding anything. It's just the chase for the lantern. They got to add some other new stuff in there.
No, I think that. And it doesn't have to be in the ring, right? Like, really what we should be having, and I've been saying this for weeks, is Wyatt 6 bouncing around, doing spooky, scary, effed up stuff, and really kind of screwing with the heads of the MFTs. I do like that there's a little bit of a side quest, so to speak, with Shinsuke Nakamura going on, too, where he's just, like, looking at Homeboy like, bro, what are you doing?
So that brings an interesting point, because you got 5 guys in MFT, and we've always talked about how MFT has 5 guys and how the Wyatts could use a 5th guy. Shinsuke would be an interesting addition.
I don't know if you got to add him or just let him peel off.
Well, kind of like
I always mess up their names.
What Drew did when Drew did stuff with the Vision because he had a connection with Paul. You could do that with Shinsuke. He doesn't have to be a full-fledged member, but he could be like, oh, we need a 5th guy. Here's our call to the bullpen. Bring out Shinsuke.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be fine. I think Shinsuke is singularly focused, though. So I think you just peel him off, and that levels the playing field. It'll get to the point where he's pretty much like, I'm tired of being your bitch boy, and then you can have a program where he is running through the MFTs later on. But it is what it is. I don't mind it. It's just, like I said, it's getting stale because it's every week. And you know who else also falls into this rut at times? Mi Chen. And she got beat up by Jade Cargill. All these weeks of like her and BFAB talking shit to Jade over and over again. And yeah, she, Mi Chen, everybody's cannon fodder. Like, I like her as a wrestler. Why are you even messing with the world champion? You take your ass towards the U.S. title and be happy.
Yeah, but I thought Jade actually looked pretty good. It was better than their previous encounters because it went longer than like a minute and a half.
Jade getting reps is always a good thing.
Yeah,
because after that match, Rhea Ripley pretty much came out and talked crap, and I didn't realize by scrolling through social media a little bit that Rhea Ripley is actually a polarizing character when it comes to the IWC. She has her detractors, and I'm like, what the F are you watching? Honestly, the argument is she's not building people up or whatever. And it's like, well, she's kind of at the interstellar level. Like,
yeah, she's not like Becky Lynch or Bailey where, they're going to work to help other people and put people over. You're trying to get Rhea back up into that world title. Like, you don't want her,
she's so over.
She is over. You just can't make everybody happy.
You can't.
You can't make them happy at all.
She's one of the top wrestlers in the company, male or female. Period. End of story. Like, you can't deny that. And there's just times, like, even with promos, like, are her promos the most substantive? Probably not. But
she's
like,
she's pretty direct though. She doesn't like.
She is, but my point is
flowery languages, words, or she's kind of straight to the point, so she doesn't have to be out there cutting a long promo. She's pretty straight to the point.
It's more to the point though that like her promos are just impactful, right? Like, but there's not a lot of meat on the bone, so to speak. But when she's up against others, they actually look bad against her because she's actually good on the mic. She's not gonna riff all day and make up crap.
No,
but she can hold her own, and she really does come across as like way more superior in mic talent than people probably realize. To be honest,
and she's authentic. That was kind of the word I was looking for.
That's a good authentic.
One. So I think that Rhea and Jade is like going to be a sleeper match at WrestleMania. It could end up being really good.
I think Rhea is fully capable of dragging somebody along. I think Jade is getting it. Like, I don't have a problem with Jade. So, like, do I think she's still rough around the edges, but nowhere near as rough as when she started?
Rhea will suit her because Rhea could do a power match. And that's what this is going to be, because
it's going to be force on force.
Liv and Vakir, they'll do all the high flying, flippity floppity stuff, and this is going to be your two powerhouses going against it. So I think that's why I think if they stay with that style and let Rhea do a few of her other things, I think it could be very good. But
speaking of running things back, the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, defeated Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss via DQ because the Bellas decided to get involved. And I'm like, okay.
Well, here goes gripe number one. They come in demanding that they're next. Like, what the hell have you guys done in the last X amount of years?
They are Hall of Famers, Matt. Did you not see the sparkly pants?
Sure, but hell.
Sparkly pants is like automatically like championship
Barry
contender.
Sanders is a Hall of Famer. He's not going to come back and say, "Put me in, coach," because I'm a Hall of Famer.
Is he wearing sparkly pants?
I mean, he could be.
And maybe you do it.
Maybe, or at least sparkly.
One last time. Maybe they just put him in long enough to break Emmett Smith's record.
Dude, they're so annoying. The Bella Twins, especially Nikki. Nikki is just like.
But the real question, I can't tell them apart anyways. I actually had to ask. I was like, which one's that one?
I think Brie is the smarter one.
Whatever.
And
I don't even want to get
I don't
into it.
know.
That's going to end up being a triple threat, FYI. That's going to be a Mania triple threat between those teams.
Kill me
Which,
now.
for the nostalgia meter, there's going to be a lot of nostalgia because and Irresistible Forces will probably go over. And if they do, we're going to have to listen to beat the Hall of Famers, Bella Twins, and beat, future Hall of Famers, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, blah, 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 blah. It's just going to be
So basically,
meh.
you're saying Alexa and Charlotte don't get the belts at WrestleMania. They might get it Backlash after WrestleMania.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I
make one of the 4 matches on the card.
One of the good things that they have going on right now is that there is some ambiguousness about Mania right now with certain people that you're not going to have a Mania without Charlotte Flair, right? No way, no how are you not going to have Charlotte Flair on there. So same for Alexa Bliss, but Flair is kind of she's Charlotte Flair. So you're going to get yours. So it's where are they going to stick them? How are they going to do this? Are you really going to do a triple threat tag team match with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, to be fair? Bella Twins, they exist. Yeah.
So do Bugs.
Jesus. And then we
but that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Well, then we get the newly formed tag team of R-Truth and Damian Priest against Los Garza. I like the taming. I like that they're starting to do stuff together. I do think it's funny. Who did R-Truth mistaken for something else this week? He thought whatchamacallit was Judgment Day.
Yes.
But just give it to me. I'm happy for it though, because I like Damian Priest, A, not in the world championship picture, and B, I like him being significant though. I like watching him wrestle.
Yeah, and R-Truth.
And R-Truth is R-Truth. So
there was no logical excuse why a 50-some-year-old man like R-Truth on R-Truth's size can do a jumping split. I'm just listening. But anybody out there is in their 50s and can do a jumping split. Yeah, please. If we had the pencil at gmail.com, please send us the video. Because if you're 50 or 60 something, you can do a jumping split. We'll put it on the podcast.
So along those lines, I did notice something with this team though. So they've won their last 2 matches, and during those last 2 matches, they've gotten simultaneous pins. It's going to be a story thing, right? Yeah. At some point, R-Truth is going to be pinning the wrong dude, right? Now, if you truly love R-Truth, our friend who is R-Truth on steroids, Danhausen, has an interaction with The Miz prior to Miz TV. And bro, look, I get it, man. There's going to be people that just don't get the shtick. I love this crap so much. And I'm telling y'all right now, I love Danhausen. And he hasn't wrestled a lick, and I personally do not give a flying leap of crap. Because he's in the same category as R-Truth. I just want him on TV. Because him going to The Miz, hey, you were bringing it up before we started recording. The whole, you got a t-shirt? He's like, yeah, doesn't everybody have a t-shirt? No. He was not in their first 2 weeks. He's like, first day.
Hey.
I just love it. I love it so much because it's just, he's so nonchalant. And
that's what it's as a matter of fact about it. Yeah, because he's just you can't believe, you can't fathom that not everybody gets a shirt their first day like he did.
I got a shirt the first day. Yeah. And he's like, I'm giving them out. We'll get into it. We're raw. But yeah. So
good night, Danhausen. He wants his own talk show. He'll have celebrities that'll take the same time slot as Miz TV, and Miz is having a stroke.
Yeah, Miz is losing his shit. And then, of course, Miz gets cursed, which is great, but I'm going to save the talking of the curse stuff later because, as good as that segment was, his one on Raw was like way better.
So I think it was Bully Ray said it on Busted Open, or somebody did. They said if you really want to make that effect when Danhausen disappears look really good, like the hard camera always is focusing on the person getting ready to get cursed, and that person always looks away from Danhausen before turning back and getting cursed. And then then when they want to confront him, he's already disappeared. What they should have him do is to make it look more legit, find a way where they can pan the camera. Danhausen just drops to the ground so you can't see him, and the camera does a complete 360, so you don't see Danhausen anywhere.
I like it.
Meanwhile, he's laying on the ground in front of the cameraman,
but
he's not shooting that low.
You can't really do that though, because now part of the shtick is him running up the ramp, and they turn the lights on.
You only do it backstage. You don't do it outside.
I got you. I'm just saying. I don't know if that contradicts that part of the shtick. So it's whatever. So we go out. Miz TV. He has Jelly Roll on. He's talking crap to Jelly Roll.
Jelly Jam.
Jelly Jam Housen.
Yeah.
I'm just making look, folks. I'm telling you right now, Housen is getting added to everything. But we get a Kit Wilson signing, signing. Jeez, it is NFL free agency, so whatevs. But we get a Kit Wilson sighting, and you're just waiting for a credit to him. So I forget the exact verbiage. So you thought at one point he was going to say that Jelly Roll was toxic, and he went another route, and I was like, that's clever. Good for you, man. That whole segment was really fun. And Matt, I think I texted you this, Jelly Roll can cut a promo, dude.
Yeah, he could. It started off good, and then all of a sudden it went to the more people came out of there, you could tell it went right from kind of, free balling it and saying what you want and spitting, and you could tell all of a sudden when it turned to scripted promo, because it just how they're reading memorized lines, but it ended up being good, and Jelly Roll could throw a good right cross like anybody can, so he does a good working punch.
Yeah, he takes it seriously.
So does this mean, are we going to see Jelly Roll and Danhausen against The Miz and Kit Wilson?
So, no, I don't think so.
You don't think we're going to have a Jelly appearance at WrestleMania?
I think we will have a Jelly appearance at WrestleMania. I think that probably Miz and Kit Wilson versus Jelly Roll and somebody to kind of star power it up a little bit on the wrestling side of it. Look, love me some Jelly Roll. Now, in fairness to his first match, he had a lot going on in that match. So I will never take anything away from that dude, because for those of you that don't know, he had lost so much weight. He had so much excess skin. He was actually wearing a specialized bodysuit, if you will, to help contain that, which really limited what he could do. But he also, he took the bump at the end. He took the L. He took the table shot. He gets all the credit in the world from me, especially because, bro, he turned it around, man. That's all on him. And I like that he leaned into that too. When Miz started trying to take credit for it, he's like, hold up, man. You are not going to take credit for my work. And I was like, good for you, man. Don't just sit there and take it. And I appreciated that a lot, actually. So this all ends with Miz getting punched in the face because he didn't listen to Danhausen. And Danhausen put the curse on him. Thus, Jelly Roll punched Miz in the face. And according to Kit Wilson, Jelly Roll's toxic because he has tattoos on his face. So, good times. Good time, Hausen. So, I told you, I'm just going to whip it in there anywhere. So after that, we get Tiffany Stratton and Kiana James. The only thing I want to say about this match was
I thought it was hilarious. How about when she pushed Chelsea in the wheelchair, down the aisle?
that
just
was
didn't attack her, just grabbed the back of it and just shoved her down the hallway, and Chelsea disappeared. That was a cool little moment.
I'll say two things about this match, and I'm not really going to deep dive on it. Not one of Kiana James's better matches. Like, and she's been on a heater lately, so it's significant to say that. And ever since coming back from injury, Tiffany Stratton's motor is on a whole new level. Like, her flow in the ring is so much faster. She is hitting everything like she was getting slow early on, like before her injury, and it was kind of like, I don't know, man, like I'm not feeling. Now she's exciting to watch.
Yeah, and she's
Like
evolved her look. Her look is way better. Like I
the
like her
Mickey
new
James look.
Yeah, with the like the bell bottom leggings and all that. It's a mix of like Mickey James and Shawn Michaels, like Heartbreak. It's kind of a cool mix. It's much better than the her
Well,
old.
if you go chaps, it's Shawn Michaels. If you go leggings, it's Mickey James.
Okay.
And Matt, did you know all chaps are assless? Wanted to make sure you were tracking that.
Okay.
All right. Just keep that in mind when you go out tonight. Just saying. All chaps are ass.
I'm gonna wear assless chaps at an Irish pub.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. They go together like peanut butter and ladies.
Or an Irish tradition, bangers and mash.
All right. So after that, man, we get Jacob Fatu, which, okay, cool. I think we need a little more. This story with Jacob Fatu is going to need more work. Like, we're not quite there yet on the Jacob side and the Drew side too, but like definitely on the Jacob side. But he loses to Trick Williams, and this was another poster child for Trick Williams. Why he does a lot of the little stuff really well, and like his facial selling in the ring, it's very Rock-esque. You know, Rock was always a great overseller, right? Like, you want to have fun watching somebody get stunnered, watch The Rock. Like,
because Rock would like roll around the ring like 3 times after selling one stunner.
yeah, like he would do a handstand flip just to sell the freaking stunner, and it's like, I love that about that's one of the things I loved about The Rock. Like, I love the oversell. Because one of the worst sellers of all time was Vince McMahon, and he had a rivalry with Stone Cold. So, like, that guy couldn't take a stunner to save his ass.
Vince sells were so bad they were good.
That's why you hit him in the head with a bedpan.
But
one of my favorite segments. Pink! Like, yes!
We gotta find a way to get that sound effect. That's one of the greatest sound effects. Just the noise of the bedpan
so
hitting
good.
Vince in the head.
There are some great. Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch Rivalries again because
yeah,
I watch.
I like the match. I like Trick. I like that it was a way to bring Drew back out from his hiatus of.
But we got our Trick fix.
We did get our Trick fix, and then there was like so. We didn't talk a lot about the backstage stuff, but there was some. We crap a lot on Sami Zayn, but I kind of like this conflict with Sami right now. Like it's amping up. Yeah, he's still doing the apology thing, but like he's bipolar, dude. I think he's like bipolar right now. It's great. Like because like
he comes across as a stupid stormtrooper.
Well, does he smash the tables and throw shit around backstage after like he talks to Cody because like is he mad at himself or is he mad at Cody or is he conflicted and he doesn't like there's a whole thing going on. I think maybe you ought to get AJ Lee's therapist phone number. Maybe he can make a call, get straightened out. But I thought it was better this week than what it's been because, like, you thought it came across like he was kind of a wimp and a bitch. This time
he still comes across as a wimp and a bitch. Like,
but he went like back, like he came in, he's two-faced too because he also like told Randy he was rooting for Randy and Cody called him out on it. But I thought.
Here's my problem, right?
There's going to be a breaking point where Sami finally snaps, and we get to see where it goes.
I know, but like this constant like upshift, downshift thing like drives me bonkers. Right? Like I'm telling you, I am disrespected.
This is how I do it.
No, you're not.
Okay, I'm not. This is a snapping moment for Sami, because remember Sami talked to Cody and he talked to Randy. I might have been the week before. But, like, he's gone to Randy for advice. So, WrestleMania...
Are they popular? So he probably glommed onto him. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean...
It's what he does.
when we get close to 1,000 subscribers, I think Sammy will be like just wanting to be the 1,000th subscriber, just to glom onto our impending fame.
What are those
Outside
things
that-
that ride on the bellies of sharks, like remoras or whatever?
They just
Like
swimming
that's what
feet off.
Sami Zayn is. He's a remora. Like he's just hanging out on the shark. He don't even have to put effort in. He just uses all the shark's work. The
Eating
shark
poop,
eats something, he gets
Yep.
the leftovers.
Yeah,
It's great.
yeah. That's
Sami
definitely-
Zayn, the remora.
Yeah, the Glamin Remora. But
Hey, that sounded very St. Patty's Day.
yeah, Glam,
Glamin remora.
Glamin Remora, you know. Yeah,
Actually,
bollock.
if you get drunk enough, that's probably what they're saying right now. Instead of Beth and Begora, like Glamin remora. Are you sure that's right? Of course it is. Okay, it is.
All right.
Oh, sorry, that was my Sami Zayn impression.
Shots of Jameson for everybody. But so I just thought it was better, and it was conflicted. But here's my thing that I think if you want to turn Sammy heel and you want to do it in a big way, you have him cost Cody the world title against Randy at WrestleMania Night 1 at the main event.
Okay, sold American.
So
Look-
some people are like, well, that's lazy booking or easy booking, but do it in a creative way.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you'll
I'm gonna go draft day on
Like-
this. It's like, you know how he's like, no matter what, whatever the guy's name was in draft day. My answer to WrestleMania is no matter what, not Cody Rhodes. Like that is my answer, and I'm sticking to it because, bro. All right, let's get into it, man. Because the show ends, we get the contract signing, and we get rah rah sis kumbah corporate Cody, which Drew ain't wrong, man. Like vanilla Cody sucks. It's like new Coke sucks. Like that bad. Like it is bad, Matt.
character, and this is talking about the character Cody. The way they built that character in that segment, it was all Cody talking. And when Randy would say something, Cody would just go back to talking like he never let it sunk in. So like I think it was like, I'm telling you how important this is to me, and you're just glossing over it. Like, oh, I want the old Randy, oh, this and that, blah blah blah. Well, Cody, be careful what you ask for because you end up getting you got the legend killer, the Viper, the voices in his head.
Well, and a lot of people gripe because they wanted Cody to flip, and I'm like, the easy button, honestly, is Randy. Randy at any time will flip between heel and face. Like it's like
why I say
more
face
so than any other wrestler in the history of wrestling. He is an on-off switch for heel, face, heel, face, heel. Even when he's a face, he could turn heel. Like it's so easy for him, and all of us just look at him and go, "It's Randy Orton."
That's what I'm saying. Like, did Randy really turn heel, or is
Or
Randy
was he just Randy Orton?
Yeah, exactly. Like you know what you're getting because he doesn't hide the fact that he's the legend killer, and you know he's been talking for months now about the drive for 15 or whatever he calls it. He's like it's been something he's been talking about, so it's super important to him. And then Cody just like, I just want to wax eloquence, and Randy finally like, had enough of this bullshit. Like, I like how they did it too because they put the thing down, and then Randy just slams Cody's head into the desk, and then we go from there.
So Cody shouldn't be in this position. Like, I actually legitimately have a mega problem with it because, once again, Drew doesn't lie, and I don't give a shit what happened in Rumble, and I don't give a shit what happened in the Chamber. You undermine both those events and the people who won them by giving Cody a title shot the week after the Chamber.
Randy said at the contract signing, this was supposed to be, this could have been so easy. Meaning that, like, Cody
Him and Drew.
Him and Drew. But Cody had to get out. And, like, we've heard the rumors that, like, that Cody went back to, the big bosses and really pushed for him to get the title back because he thought that it would mean more for them, with him and Randy. And I've been wanting to see Cody and Randy, but Drew became like odd man out like real quick, and I didn't like how.
The problem is that like first off, the whole selling point of the PLEs that are Royal Rumble and
Yeah.
Chamber
To set
are
up your WrestleMania main events, your title
right.
match.
So how is that different? Like, how is that fair? Like, Randy won the Chamber, did all the shit work, and then you just give Cody a title match. Like, especially since this year, the underwhelming theme of both GMs is running around with their hair on fire and arms flailing like, my God, I gotta protect the main event. CM Punk, don't wrestle because you might get hurt and screw up the main event with Roman. That's all they did. That's all they freaking did.
But then,
for 2 weeks.
But then they let Punk and Finn have like a nice little program. So I'm not against like Drew.
I'm not against the programs.
I don't like how they shove Cody in like just like, oh, you're getting a match and it's next week. Like it's all like Cody's
You
like
didn't
Cody.
even let it simmer. You
Nope.
didn't politic it. You didn't story tell it. You just went, we know how we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And again, I shit on commentary last week and I'll continue to crap on them. They tipped their hand so hard that night when he went over. It was just like, okay, like you're going to do this to what end?
Yeah.
And like Randy has to go over.
Yeah,
Because
I love
if he
how they
does
did
it,
the attack too. It was brutal. And then,
I
Jelly
wanted
Roll.
more. I insert Star Wars meme there. More.
Well, you kind of did because, like, Randy beats him up. He hits him with the steps. Cody goes, and zips himself and does a pretty good blade job. Like that's one of the better blade jobs WWE's pulled off in a long time. He was gushing good. So I was like, good on you for that,
Good.
Cody. Yeah, Cody ain't afraid to bleed. It's going to become an annual tradition now.
He was around Dean Ambrose. He knows.
Yeah. Oh, it's about that time for Cody getting ass kicking and like bleed everywhere.
I wanted more though.
Well, you did because then like Jelly Roll confronted him, and then I'm like, oh, please don't have Randy punch out Jelly Roll. So when he shoved him to the ground, I thought that was fine, but he didn't assault. He didn't assault Jelly Roll because like I don't want to see that partnership be terminated at the same time as friendship.
No, it actually enhanced it. So this part was good. Which
then
was
after what you saw Randy, he was like all conflicted because it was the voices in his head. He didn't know what to do. So I don't think it was the voices in his head so much as like the conscious.
Real Randy. I know we say that, but like it was really like, all right, I'm going into championship mode. That's how I kind of interpreted it with him, and I was like so happy for it. I like that, Jelly Roll did add that extra layer a little bit because, he was talking up the guys earlier in like a backstage segment and everything else, in between, smacking out the Curse Miz and everything else. But like him coming in like, Randy, what are you doing, dude? Like, I thought I knew it was kind of I thought I knew you better than that type deal and whatnot. And I really want and hope that when Mania comes, though, we can put Orton in a position that he can kind of let his fun come back out a little bit. And I don't know if you just do it instead of turning him mega serious into the adulation heel where he just rivals in everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, where like, kind of like those heels where they're just like, soaking it in, even if they're getting booed, they're just like, yeah, nobody's gonna boo Randy, dude.
No, not at all.
Nobody is gonna boo Randy. Randy is gonna come out in Mania looking like the face, even though he's the heel.
That's why I think that the smart thing for WWE to do is to try to execute, which if you listen to Bret Hart and Steve Austin, they'll tell you it's one of the hardest things to do in pro wrestling is a double turn. I think with these two, I think the fans are ready to throw some hate on Cody because when they did that,
they're already throwing hate on him.
And Randy came out, they blew the roof off the place. When Nick Aldis announced Cody Rhodes, it wasn't just a smattering of boos; it was a good audible level of boos that Cody got. So yeah, people want Randy. People want to get behind Randy like they're tired of Cody. Cody needs to be chasing, or better yet, Cody's a great heel. Turn Cody heel.
I want Randy to come out and call him a hypocrite. Not Drew, Randy. Drew could easily too. Because it's like, when you finished your story, you and your fans threw a hissy fit because somebody took their spot. But yet you were handed this spot. And like, with the whole Rock thing, I would call back to that so effing hard.
Would you have any interaction with Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton between now and WrestleMania? Do you have Drew go to Randy and like finish what you started, or something to that effect?
Maybe
I'm not saying they got to be
because like
they don't have to be allies, but I think because Drew hates Cody, and
yeah,
if he can't do it and let Randy do it, I don't know. It could be interesting, but I think they got to work on him with the Fatu thing. I just felt like they basically, like when you're in school and you would tease somebody, like you walk behind them and you just kick the back of their legs and knock them to the ground and everybody would laugh. That's kind of what they did to Drew McIntyre by having Cody win the title. They just stepped up behind him and kicked his feet out from under him. And
it was the worst decision. I stand by it. And like, I feel like this bears reiterating so people actually understand. Look, I put, because a lot of people do this false equivalency thing. I pushed for Cody to have his title match because he won the Rumble back in the day, and he should have been in the title match, not The Rock. And people are like, we could have had Rock Roman. Now look at how everybody turning on Cody. Well, one doesn't deal with the other. The timing's totally different. The stories are totally different now. I spent 2 effing years listening to Cody ramble on and on about his story, and I needed a payoff. Win, lose, or draw, I needed a payoff. And like, now I could give that book got closed. He's on book 2, and book 2 sucks.
Yeah, it's not. Hopefully they can come up. The thing is, if they do the right thing with Cody can be really interesting again. But right now he's losing interest, in the fan base. You hear it every week.
If you just push him to be a dick and not make a full. Do we do a redemption arc on him? Is that kind of the way to go with Cody? Like, have Cody so full of his own shit, like, kind of what they're intimating with like Natty and Maxine Dupree, but like just have Cody so enamored. I am the QB1, blah blah blah. You ain't QB shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you do a humbling of Cody, and then because he never was really humbled when he lost to Drew. He just kind of, all right, I'll get back into it. Let's go.
Yeah,
game on.
Go get him.
Whatever. Go get him, Cody. All right, enough of that crap. Let's get on to Raw, man.
I thought it was a pretty good SmackDown. The storytelling was good. Props to Los Garza, like 2 weeks in a row, like really had a good showing. Please, WWE, use them more, make them relevant. They're really good.
It's funny. I think they are getting used more, but I think they're getting used in AAA, so you don't see it as often.
No.
But the reps are paying off, right? Like, it helps. So, like, when you see them on TV, you're like, yeah, these guys are good. But you know what?
But real quick before we go, when does Drew start really like going after Nick Aldis? And does this go anywhere? Do we see Drew and Nick Aldis?
I need another week to find out what we're doing. But you had some interesting stats for Raw. Why don't you spit those bad boys out?
Okay, give me 1 second. You caught me off guard.
That's what I do. No, I thought these stats were really interesting for this week's Raw.
And I got this off a Facebook site, so I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but nobody retorted back saying it was wrong. So last night's Raw show went about 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was like 2:35, honestly.
Yeah, it was.
If I had to guess,
maybe it was a longer.
It was
show.
long.
They put a lot in it. So Raw last night. Well, if you do the math, you had 33 minutes of commercials, 34 minutes of live wrestling action. So you had 1 minute wrestling more then your commercials. Now, I don't know if the person who posted this, also counted the time when they
The
were showing
side by
side by
side.
side. Because I got 33 and 34, that's 67, all right? So 67. And then you have 87 minutes of what he called bullcrap promo stuff, all right? Not my words. So 87
So
and 60.
227.
Yeah, there you go. 67 and 87, that's
Yeah, I shortchanged it.
154. So, yeah, 2 hours, 34 minutes. If these numbers are right. But it sounds close enough.
Close enough.
So,
Good enough for government work.
34 minutes of wrestling in a 2-hour and 34-minute show.
It's that time of year, man.
I know. I need a little bit more.
It's that time of year. The stories, look,
it's all about the stories and guys not getting hurt.
You can either wrestle or you could give a shit about the matches that are in Mania. Like, there's no in between. Like, matches can be used as exclamation points in the build, which we'll talk about one here in a minute, but like, you're gonna get more promo than wrestling right now. Because the wrestling's an afterthought. I need to know why I give a crap. Why do I care about Randy Cody? Well, because Randy spent like 10 minutes on SmackDown trying to decapitate Cody, and I was cheering for it. So, like, I was so happy, dude. I'm telling you, like, I was the living embodiment of the meme from Star Wars where he's like, more. I was just like, more, give me more. I was like, make The Rock beating his ass look like an afterthought. That's how badly I wanted Cody beat down.
Well, he got that final chair shot in, which was pretty good. That was kind of a exclamation point on the end of it.
It was set up nice.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was good. When he was in the crook of the V, and I was like, boy, okay. And he did the chair shot, and I was like, all right, I can get behind that. That was nice.
That was.
So,
I'm just looking to reference something.
An old friend returned at the beginning of Raw. Somebody that we haven't seen for quite a while. Disheveled Paul Heyman. Bro, disheveled Paul Heyman is one of my favorite characters ever.
Disheveled, bruised up, like cuts on his nose.
Dude, he had like pink eye, like on one eyeball. Like, it was so good. And
it's crazy.
And then again, Paul Heyman being Paul Heyman and so epically good on the mic, right? The whole FAFO, FAF5 thing.
Oh, that was good. That's
beautiful.
I think that's gone viral now on social media.
It was good. It was really good. And then like the fact that, all of Seth's dancing monkeys all got, destroyed by Brock Lesnar.
See the one guy like he threw and he like did like a 450 after Brock threw him. Like he just went.
That's fine.
Yeah, it was great.
Good times.
Yeah. So
who wants to get their ass beat by Brock Lesnar? You're in.
On our group chat, our talkers chat, this is when I called this the consistently overbooked but entertaining opening segment. Because they always overbook them. This one was very entertaining though.
Oh, it was so good. And then when you were like, "Are we getting Seth?" and nope, we get Obafemi, and I was like, very well done bringing him out there, cutting all the lights, and you're like, oh crap. And then his music hit, just so good, and him getting one over on freaking Lesnar, I was like, okay, cool, I'm good. I think
he looks better with his hair down instead of tied up.
Yeah,
I like the look.
God, dude, I was like, I'm in. And we had talked about this, like we thought maybe Lesnar Gunther was like a good way to go, and I'm not writing that off. I think that might be a 3-way match.
Could be.
I do think it'll be Gunther, Oba, and Lesnar, and I'll tell you why. Lesnar isn't Lesnar of old. You're not going to get like a 15-minute showcase, right? It's just who he is now. He's just going to come in, F5 a few people, a couple of suplexes, whatever. Obafemi is young. Obafemi will get his in the match, but I don't think you're just going to have this mano-a-mano kind of deal. So I think putting Gunther in that mix gives Gunther something significant to do. And it kind of lets Lesnar kind of dip out for a minute, take a breather. Gunther gets into Mania because Lord only knows. I don't know what the hell else you do with Gunther right
This
now.
is two. I don't think he was on Raw last week either, was he? This is 2 weeks in a row we haven't seen Gunther on. I'm looking at my notes unless I missed something, but I don't see no Gunther in my notes.
Maybe they mentioned him last week in like a promo package.
Yeah, there was no, but yeah, Gunther was not on TV last week.
So yeah, good opening segment.
Yeah, it was.
Followed up by your champ and everybody's champ, El Grande Americano, who defeated the original El Grande Americano. I cannot wait until this shit's over. Like, just the Spider-Man meme just reliving itself over and over again. I am ready to get to Mask v Mask and get the mask off original. Because if you take it off the other one, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, that dude is super over in Mexico.
Yeah.
And like even here, like somebody was saying like, well, it's good that he's over in Mexico. It doesn't work here. I was like, bullshit. I don't have a problem with that.
No, I like it. I the character work is amazing. He puts so much work into it. We've talked about this before. But again, it was a fun match. It was nice that they got the other two, whatever their names are, Bravo and Bingo. I don't know. But
E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah, Bravo and Rayo. That's it. Rayo and Bravo.
E-I-E-I-O.
There you go. That was his name-o. But it was fun match. I like how they got the ref distracted and were able to kind of slip and load the mask, and then Gable knocks himself out, headbutting. I'm sorry. It's just easier for me to say Gable and Kaiser.
You don't want to say original.
Original.
The original.
So
anyways,
we're gonna go mask versus mask. So it's gonna go all the way.
And original is gonna lose his ass because he can survive that shit. The other one is so well established. But you know who else is established, Matt? Bailey. And what the F are we doing? Like, she puts over AJ Lee. It was an okay match. AJ Lee looked good. But like, what the F are we doing with Bailey? Like, we get the rah-rah speech from Lyra later on in the show, but like,
that didn't get me excited though.
Her tapping out, and she's kind of been meh. Not wrestling meh, but her endings as of late have been very meh. And it's just like, you tapped out.
Yeah.
Like, it's even worse. Like, you couldn't have done an angle where she like knocked herself unconscious and just got the pin. You had to knock her out or tap her out.
They didn't leave it with an opening to go back and do it again, or have her maybe, because I thought that maybe we talked about maybe last week about AJ, Bailey, and Becky doing a 3-way over the IC title, which would be fine. But I guess
Becky Lynch coming out and beating the shit out of AJ Lee was fine too. Like, I don't have a problem with that.
You come back from commercial and there's Becky in the aisle just beating do more of that. They used to do that all the time. They'd have all these chaotic scenes, either going to commercial or while we're at commercial break, such and such happened and it's still going on. We'll take our cameras backstage and whatever. Like, bring some of that.
It was good.
Like, it makes it feel more spontaneous rather than laid out. Like, I liked it. Becky can't do any wrong.
One exciting note, we had back-to-back Intercontinental Championship matches.
I like that.
Because we got Dragon Lee, who lost to Penta. But, man, what a fun match. And what a great ending sell from Dragon Lee. Like, it was a really cool oversell bouncing off the ropes, man. I was like, good for you, bro.
And the stunner, that was like Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
Take a Mexican Destroyer, pop up, bounce off the ropes, collapse to the mat, and then get pinned. Like,
yeah, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And it made sense because of the way his momentum was going. It was like, it just felt right. Yeah. And I loved it.
No, it was the whole match was good. I love that Dragon pulled out the Styles Clash. That was a cool moment.
Yeah. Well, I think too often that like we get hand-me-downs, but they don't make sense. You know what I mean?
That was like a tribute, like Dragon's little tribute. And it made sense because he was tag team partners with AJ Styles.
That's kind of my point, right? Like he gets a hand me down from AJ. And he gets to use the moves, which makes me happy.
Which I guess AJ now is going to be working a backstage role with, I think, NXT and the main roster, like helping out young talent. So I think he's going to be he's going to be a coach.
I saw a really bizarre, unconfirmed thing that was like, what? Triple H has got the main roster, Shawn Michaels has got NXT, and like Undertaker's got like AAA. Like he's been really active. Undertaker being. You know,
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's kind of an interesting thought that he's he's doing all the shit work that Triple H doesn't want to do. And now it's Hall of Fame. F that. Go, Taker. Okay, all for the business.
Yeah, he's the liaison officer for the Hall of Fame too. The notification.
He's the liaison for everything.
Yeah. Actually, no, for the Hall of Fame, he's the notification officer. That's what he is.
All right. So, speaking of shit that's run its course that I really don't understand what they're doing, Natty and Maxine Dupree.
Yeah, that was pointless last night.
Their last match was pointless.
Well, this was even more so pointless because, like, either they're going to just, like, okay, so why did Maxine, after being the IC title holder, why'd she get slaughtered 3 matches in a row? Are
we really doing this? Like, are we really doing this thing where, like, Natty just keeps on kicking the crap and then all of a sudden Maxine's gonna break on through and, like, go team go? Like, I
don't know what else you can do with those two. Is that it? Is it over? I can't think of it.
It's not over, and that's the worst part about it. We just keep on. It's like having a single on cassette and a tape player that auto rewinds. Yeah, take that. There's an 80s, 90s reference for y'all.
Boy.
Since you want to know what it's like. But you know what I'm saying, though, right? Like, you put the tape in, it hits the end of the tape, and then it rewinds, and then it starts playing again. That is Maxine and freaking Natty.
Yeah, and they either do something really different, or you need to end this program because it's not.
Well, you need Natty to start doing that to other people, not Maxine. Right? Because Maxine was never, like, I hate to say it this way, and Matt, it's been a fun podcast, so I'll just end it now. It's the equivalent of beating up on the slow kid on the playground when it comes to those two.
Hi, Pumpkin.
You know, oh, my 60-pound puppy. But yeah, it I don't know, dude. Like, it just seems Maxine wasn't like this, like, tip of the spear, like, super, you know, and Nettie's been doing it and growing up in the family and everything else, and then you're like, you just keep on beating on the weak kid, and it's like, all right, you know.
Yeah, let's see what Natty does against, like, Ivy Nile or Lyra Valkyria, someone like,
or somebody established, like, put her up against Bailey, like,
yeah,
she has to up her game. It can't just be, Maxine Dupree being her whipping bitch. Like, that's the problem, right?
And I hope they don't go this way because it's the easiest way to do it. I hope it they don't make it where Natty's like, well, that was part of your training. Like, these 3 aspects.
Oh, it's coming, dude. It's
so like that's like 3rd grade booking right there. Like, an 8-year-old could be like she's just toughing her up.
I don't know. Let's check the wheel. Back to the wheel. And then, furthering storylines, though, we do get Raquel and Stephanie Vakir. So, like, good stuff. It was fun, and it's meant to drive the story, right? Like, that's real. But again, how many times is Rodriguez going to lose to Vakir? You know what I mean? Like,
well, she can get away with that one because there was all sorts of outside interference and distraction.
Yeah,
that's an easy way to write it off. But it was a good match. I like Vakir, but do you see her, like, carrying the title after WrestleMania?
Good. It depends on what you're doing with Liv and Raquel.
Right. I don't. But
it doesn't hurt her to have the title. I think that you could actually legitimize that title run a little bit better after the Liv Morgan story by having a detour and having like a Lyra Valkyria kind of challenge, have them have a program, right? Like a couple of the newer female wrestlers and not the establishment.
Well, at least now she's finally starting to get some buy-in from the fans. I've noticed that her crowd support is definitely seen it
Well,
up.
they're getting it now, and it just takes time. So, all right, Matt, let's limber up. We're going to get into the shit show.
Couple of things backstage. We had, because I know we covered the matches. What did I miss?
We missed New Day.
Oh, Roman was with the Usos, and Roman said something. He addressed the part-timer issue, and I want to get your thoughts on this.
I'm a full-time dad.
Yeah. Well, then, you know what? That if you're going to be a part-time wrestler, then why the hell are you going for the biggest title in the business if you can't give it your
It's horseshit. It's so lame, and it's like
a cop-out. It's just a cop-out.
It's all a cop-out, and it's all what they're really trying to do. I think they're going to put Roman over. Like, I'm going to be real with you. And I think that angle is them trying to address the justification for the part-timer issue. And it's like, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? Like, Punk, for all his fracking failings at life, is at least there every week.
He is, and he wrestles quite a bit. I mean, I think he defends more than Cody, or as much, if not more.
The dig on AJ Lee was legit, but there's a program there, so I don't really care right now. There's a legit program, and say what you will, like that title that AJ Lee holds has enough going on around it that it's significant. The problem is your top billing on night 2, you are Punk, you are Roman Reigns, and whatevs. Like,
yeah, I don't.
This whole, like, Punk on the mic sucks. There, Punk fans, you can come get me now. You can join the Cody fans, so you might have to get in line. But like, Punk does nothing for me on the mic right now.
Like I was texting last night, it was like a bunch of fourth graders like talking smack on the playground.
It's so bad. And then, like, on top of that, like, first off, everybody hold your breath. I'm about to say something positive about Roman Reigns. He won the promo battle last night, handily. But the worst part about it is he buried Punk. Like, he kind of buried Punk last night. And here's the deal. Now you're in this corner. So either Roman wins.
About the old statement that he made right at the very end?
All of it. All of it. Every retort that Roman had was crisper, faster, and better last night. Oh, yeah. Every single one. He was on his game, and Punk wasn't, and it showed. And, like, Punk just sat there and took it like a little bitch until he threw a temper tantrum. And the problem is these are your options now, especially after last night. Either Roman wins and goes away with the title, which now you have nothing to fight for on Raw, which was the problem with the entire reign of Roman Reigns' run. Punk goes over, but he's now soft as baby poo. Like, because Roman has buried him. He's made him look insignificant compared to himself. Because Roman's busy propping himself up.
Oh, how about Roman? We even called the fans, like, you cheer for this guy? Like, you root for this? Like, kind of like...
Well, it's kind of easy to do when he's there every week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Like, you cannot cop out on the part-timer stuff. You really cannot.
Really wish you would have had a good look at Punk back in the day, because it's almost night and day.
I'm thrilled about it. I am so happy I am that neutral on Punk, because honestly, I don't have any nostalgia glasses at all.
Because I think if you did, you would be like really disappointed at like how like this guy was that good. And again, I don't know if it's, first of all, if you get two veterans like that, you don't have to script the whole interview. I don't know if they're going back to scripted interviews, but it sounded like they were reading off cue cards. I mean, that's what it just.
Roman just came across as natural. Roman knew what he wanted to say, and he just came across as natural.
I'm talking about the content, though. But yeah, by far the content.
Punk has come across as weak. like in almost all but like maybe one or two promos. Now here's the problem though, right? So Roman gets to build up a couple of weeks of ammo for this, and Punk has to sit there and wheel and deal every week to keep the interest in the match significant, right? Punk's not wrong last week to call out that that the Usos came out. And I am so effing sick and tired and sick and just so over what's family business bullshit. Bro, all the shit that went down with Roman, never once apologizing to the Usos. And now we're just all back in the back area. Just
hey, hey, we're putting the band back. We're putting the band back together. I'm telling you,
like,
he said the word bloodline. They talked about family, and I'm like, oh, they're getting the band back together. Unless they're not.
I just want Vin Diesel to chase him around, and like every time they get ready to say family, he just goes family, and then
I'm fine with them. I'm fine with them if they want to tease it, but I don't want to see the bloodline redone.
It doesn't make sense.
Nope.
And like, I get it, man. Like, you're gonna forgive him families. You're always gonna have this infighting, but like, there's sometimes the black sheep that treats everybody like crap. Yeah. And sometimes you just gotta cut sling, dude. Like, I can't do it with them now because we're a writing show. I think really what's gonna happen is we're gonna get this feeling like the bloodline's back together. And it's going to ramp up, right? Like, we're going to ramp up, and something's going to sour that relationship right before Mania. And honestly, that's how Punk is going to go over. If you did it that way, it makes sense. But again, if you don't humble if you don't humble Roman or Punk for that matter, Punk really doesn't have anything to be humble for, so I'm not going to sweat that shit. But the worst part about it is like, you can't even get out of it. Like, you're stuck. Like, Seth can't come and save this. Like, that's the worst part about all of this, right? Because you put the two guys that Seth hates the most in the same match. So you can't even cop out where Seth F's up everything for everybody. Because no matter what, one of the two is walking out with the title. So it's like, so we're getting Seth and...
Unless you just have Seth go down there and cause
and do what? Help Roman? Help Punk?
The only way you
Who's
can
he
do
helping?
Unless he gets a DQ'd, but they're not going to have the final match of WrestleMania weekend end in a DQ. It's not going to happen. So
that's my point. You can't save that shit. And it's going to be a slog because you're going to have Wrestling in Jello CM Punk up against normally slow Roman Reigns. And it's just going to be a slog. And it's like,
what's the over-under on how many Superman punches that Roman throws? Which I hate the Superman punch.
Yeah, we'll get interference. So let's say 6. Okay. 4 of those is just clearing out interference. 2 of those will be used on Punk. Punk will get about 3 GTSs in, because everybody got to look strong.
Oh, yeah, so we'll see Super Punk and Super Roman. And
yep. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know how you write yourself out of there. And, like, you can't brush off fans' concerns that Roman is part-time. I'm sorry. You can't brush that off. And, like, they're trying to. They're trying to write it so that you can just accept it, but you can't. And, like, if that title vanishes between Mania and all the way to Backlash, and whoever else has to carry the water yet again for him while he's not around. Like, say what you will, I'll give Punk crap because his promos are kind of... But, like, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Well,
he's working. He's doing 2 people's worth of work. And then Roman just comes in, like, drops a few things and then vanishes again. And it's like, well, that's great. Well, this is my show. Well, that's nice. You going to ever come to your show more than once a month? Like, I'm sorry, all that crap rings hollow to me. Like, it really does, and it sticks in my craw. And I will say the same thing about anybody. I am only accepting AJ Lee right now because I have a feeling that shit's done at Mania. If she's not going full time, she's dropping that belt. Probably to Becky.
that, or if not at WrestleMania, shortly thereafter, like Backlash.
Right. You can't go past Backlash. I
No.
can't.
No.
None of your title holders. If you wanted to bring Roman Reigns back and done Roman Reigns Punk, just to do Roman Reigns Punk without a title on the line, perfect. Chef's kiss. Do it whenever you want. Do it at Mania. Right?
I just wonder how much the injury bug that WWE went under really messed things up, or if they were looking
We'll
at
never
Punk
know.
Roman.
But like,
maybe
but
will.
the whole
Unreal Season 3 comes out this summer. Maybe we'll get a.
that's true.
But
like,
we talk about 30 seconds, making your 30 seconds on TV count. LA Knight did that last night. His little bit with the Usos. Just kind of like, hey, we're bros, but like, you ain't going back to him. Remember what he did? Like, it was kind of, and then there was that.
And that's really where my whole, it's family business, Zeus. Like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, and then what's up with Jay Olsen just like snapping off like the last 2 weeks? Like he just like loses his mind and gets pissed off over the little thing. And Jimmy's always been like kind of cool and calm, but I don't remember Jay being like this like uppity tense guy that just loses. I don't know. I think they're just
he found his case of Red Bull. I don't know.
But
But
they're trying to recreate magic.
Matt, do you like cereal though? Do you like Bootios?
Never had Bootios.
Nor have I. Nor do I give a shit.
But Danhausen likes them.
Bro, I know we talked about it earlier, but this segment was one of my favorites. And like every time I watch it, I laugh. Just because there was so much good in this one little segment with him. The fact that, you know, he always uses their stuff against them when he comes to talk to them. He did it with The Miz. He did it with New Day. You know,
Chad Gable and Dominic. Yep. Yeah.
He always brings up old stuff, but their stuff, and he does a really good job with it. So the fact that he was bringing up the Bootios and everything else, and they're like, yo, that's like 10 years ago. And then like Coffee like tries to play it off like, man, we ain't worried about none of your damn curses, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, Danhausen's finally, all right, F it. You are cursed. And he throws Grayson Waller in between him, thinking that Grayson Waller now caught the curse. And I'm just like, all right, that's just funny. And then him following it up with the you are cursed. You are cursed. I was dying, dude. Like, I love that guy so much. And then, he makes me chuckle.
That during one of the commercial breaks, he came out with he had a little T-shirt launcher.
It wasn't little.
Well, no, he had a little one at first, but only shot one. It was a setup, it was a setup prop. So he shoots one, and he's like, and then he runs over and he pulls up the Cannon Hauser. Like that thing's badass. Like you hear him fire that thing up, and it kicked in the oxygen, whatever it was, the oxygen to boost it out. He was having a good time, and then he cursed. Then he put a curse on all the fans, and then reminded them that it's 316, and Danhauser 316 says, "I just cursed your ass."
I just love it so much, man. Like,
and then we talked about it in the pre-show, like when he runs away and the arena's dark. It's a thing now that they turn the lights on, and then he had the mic was still hot, and he's like, "Oh no, they can see me. Oh, they can hear me." Like, "Oh no," and he like runs in the back.
I think people underestimate, and I know I gush over this guy, but like, here's the problem. SmackDown is 3 hours long. Raw is anywhere from 2:15 to 2.5 to 3 hours, whatever the hell they feel like with Netflix. I think it's underrated to have a talent like that breaking up the monotony, right? We can only listen to, this is why R-Truth is always brilliant. And this is why Chelsea Green, even with like 30 seconds on the screen, is always brilliant, right? It breaks up the monotony, right? Like, wrestling is not overly complicated, right? We nitpick it, we talk about it, we always say this stuff. But like, when you're like, I'm mad at you, you did me wrong. All promos kind of follow the same cadence, regardless of whoever's doing it. There's a little nuance in there, but it's nothing.
But the basic premise is the same.
Yeah. And it's nice now that every now and again you get that one little moment that is going to be comedic relief, that actually does contribute to your storyline later. That, so it's substantive, but it also makes you laugh, right? Like Miz getting cursed on SmackDown, you're like, it's coming, right? And then, just the whole t-shirt talk and all this stuff. And then next thing you know, he curses Miz. Miz gets knocked out by Jelly Roll. Great. We saw the curse work. Nothing too epic, but we saw the curse work. And now people know that, like, Dom got cursed, he lost his title. Miz got cursed, he got punched in the face.
Gable got cursed and he lost his title match.
Yes.
And now,
so like,
Grayson Waller, we don't know.
We don't know what's going to happen to Grayson Waller yet, but like the nice part about it is we see the results, but it's not like always egregious, right? It's something.
It's little thing. Yeah, it's not.
Like, I would say that Dom losing his title is not a little thing, but and apparently my puppy wants to podcast today.
She's all right.
I know.
As long as she doesn't chew on the mic.
She will not.
So it's kind of like, if you go out for a fancy dinner, sometimes they'll come out with like sherbet, and they say it's a palate cleanser. It's supposed to refresh your mouth so
Brilliant.
The food tastes better. So like
Brilliant.
Danhausen, Chelsea Green, R-Truth, they're kind of like palate cleansers. Like you've eaten all this me against
Sherberthausen. They're all Sherberthausens.
There we go. Hey, we just came up with our own term. Sherberthausens. So he's a palate cleanser. Like he kind of like, okay, I've seen all this tension. Now there's like Danhausen. This is my happy moment. After it's done, like, oh, that was cool. Now like, you've almost hit the reset button, and now you can like.
You can transition off of him so quick, and it's nice, right? Like, it's just that one. It's just that one brief moment where you're like, yeah, that's funny, and then like you're back into it.
Like the sequent events, we had Natty versus Maxine match, and then you had the Orton interview, which was
who's he talking to, Matt? To his dad, because he ends it talking about there is more than one royal family.
Right. Well, they want you to think at first it was Aleister Black, because when he first was on the phone, I thought it might have been Aleister Black because they've had some dialogue. But I'm like, it doesn't make sense. And then when he comes out with the line that wrestling has more than one royal family, I'm like, yeah, he's talking to Bob Jr.'s dad.
Is he?
Could be. Who do you think he's talking to? Could he be talking to Drew McIntyre?
You could still make the argument that it's Aleister Black. Like, you could make the argument that it's Aleister Black.
Could it be Sami Zayn?
Because anybody could put it in his head, right? Like, they could simply go like, bro, you come from a lineage. That one comment covers that line, right?
Sure.
Like, yo, you come from that lineage, so you can go that way. Yeah, I don't know. For all I know, he was talking to Sami Zayn or Jelly Roll. I don't know. I don't think it's Jelly Roll.
No. Be interesting if it was Sammy though.
I do like this. Sammy idea popped into my head while we were talking.
They had that chat on SmackDown the week prior or 2 weeks ago, and
that's why I was bringing it up. And then
that's why I'm saying, like, does Sammy get it? Does he kind of get involved in that main event?
Is he glomming on to Randy now?
Sure, glom on to Randy and ditch Cody, like, because I think he's on the outs with Cody. It's happening. Because one minute he loves.
What if it's Drew?
It would be Drew. That'd be interesting too.
I don't think it would be Drew though, because I think that like Drew ain't gonna watch out for anybody but number one.
And you really think he's gonna want to talk to Randy Orton because that was the guy he was supposed to face at WrestleMania, and now he's lost that opportunity.
That's kind of my point. So I think Sammy's
unless it was Drew calling him to warn him about, like, Cody plays these games with corporate, and he and all this are thick like thieves.
I would love that. Yeah, I have said that they need to lean into that more. They do, and they need to lean into it. I would use mouthpieces like Drew. I would use a mouthpiece like Sammy. I wonder.
That's why I say
I had a
double
stretch.
Turn. You have Cody turn heel, and he pulls all this with him. So now You got Adam Pearce, who's just your angry, I need a drink general manager for Raw, but now you can make Nick Aldis this evil, conniving, shady general manager of SmackDown because you don't want to turn Pearce heel as the GM because he's already got his nemesis in Paul Heyman. As long as Paul Heyman stays on Raw,
He's got more than one nemesis, to be honest with
what
you.
I'm saying, his
because
main one is
pretty
really,
sure Becky Lynch is kind of a nemesis too.
she's number 2, but Paul is his number 1 nemesis.
Paul is number 1. But Paul's disheveled and got pink eye and looks like
Yeah, but Aldis is his main nemesis is who? Drew McIntyre.
True. I
So
wanted
not only could you do a double turn with Cody Randy, which I'm a heel guy, but can you imagine if you did such a heel turn that Cody turns heel, Nick Aldis turns heel, Randy really never turned heel, so he stays the face, and now he has allies with Drew McIntyre. But then that doesn't tie up the loose ends with him and Fatu unless we find out Drew really didn't beat up Fatu and it was Cody. So you could
in
tie a
honor
lot
of
together.
in honor of 316 Day, I feel obligated to make a Stone Cold reference.
What?
Yep. Head beer. Oh. I bring up the Stone Cold reference because there's an important reminder for folks that a lot of what compelled everybody to Stone Cold, that he was a persona that was unto himself, so that's notwithstanding. His feud with Vince was all about Vince trying to constantly screw him over. So why could we not turn all this heel? Or like, why is it Drew just slips on banana peels? Why can't we just do a story where Cody just gets screwed and put in bad positions? That would have been so much more compelling. Right? I would have had it where Cody was demanding a match with Drew, and he's like, "You didn't win Mania. Have Aldis go, you didn't win Mania. You didn't win. I don't know what to tell you." And Cody's just adamant. He goes like, okay, I'll think about it. Well, tonight you're going to go wrestle Brock Lesnar. I'm just throwing names out. But like a story where he's constantly getting screwed, would have made so much more compelling because rah, sis kumbah Cody. And he started the promo with Randy like, I'm back. We're boys. We're homies. And it's just like.
That's why I'm saying that you have, like, everybody likes to call Cody, the corporate champion, and the corporate guy, and the company guy, and QB1, and all that stuff. That's why you turn Cody heel and you drag him in where he was conniving with all this. Like, it was a whole plan.
I don't think you want to turn Cody heel. That's the problem. But
why not?
Because
he's losing his steam right now. He's not
outside stuff. Really, you don't want Cody to be heel. But that's
why
about
like all the sponsors and all the Make-A-Wish and all the other personal appearances.
Yeah, all the stupid crap that really doesn't matter to kayfabe, but like that actually matters. Like, I think if he is truly your considered face of the company, which it ain't Punk, it ain't Roman, Randy maybe could get away with it, but not really. Cody's been built as the face of the company. So, like, to protect yourself, you turn around and you just keep on screwing Cody over. Like, what challenges outside of the final boss has Cody really faced? Like, I'm being real. Like, what challenges has he really faced? Other than being in matches to get qualified for shit. Cody hasn't faced any true challenges.
No, because when he came back, his return, he was number 30 in the Royal Rumble. So he eased his way right to WrestleMania 39 or whatever it was the first time before Roman.
That was the first one.
Right, the first one, yeah. He was number 30 in the Rumble. That was his
That's my point.
Like, they made it too easy for him.
Well, but that's my point, though. Like, we've never seen, like, Cody, like, all right, here we go, cliches, had hard times. He had hard-ish times.
Yes, so
So, like, let's put him in a shitty position, man.
Well,
let him get screwed over and over again.
So his
maybe
dad,
Nick Aldis goes on hiatus, and like Drew McIntyre is like, part-time GM because he thinks he can do better. I don't
Cody
know.
didn't. So his father, I think his father was much more believable as like going through the hard times and suffering. They're trying to do that with Cody, but Cody's not his dad. But like,
So
they would beat the crap out of Dusty. They broke his leg. They broke his arm. Like the Horsemen would just destroy Dusty. So when Dusty would win, it would be so huge because he had overcome everything from everybody. And like, it's not that hard for Cody. If they want to talk about hard, like,
but that's my point. Has it been hard for Cody at all? No. Like when Austin was trying to, he had to overcome McMahon and The Rock and everybody. It was like this whole like the system was all against Stone Cold. Like at one point, like the entire company was against him, so to speak. The hierarchy, the C-suites or whatever.
Yeah, because the last thing they wanted was for Steve Austin to be the face of the company.
Right.
Like, we don't want this represent.
But my point is that like Cody as a character is more compelling chasing.
Mm-hmm.
And to see him, like, he would garner this sympathy that's needed if he was getting screwed over. I would just screw the guy over and over and over again.
So here's the problem. Like, Randy beat the ever-loving shit out of Cody, busting him open, left him there bleeding, and the fans cheered Randy. And then they get on social media, and they talk about how great it was what Randy did to Cody. So you're not generating, there's no sympathy for you, Cody.
But the problem is that, like, because he was handed everything.
Right.
He lost Chamber. He lost Rumble.
Right.
He got handed a match. Like, the entitlement side of this is really bad for the character.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like, I know they're trying to fix it.
I will be shocked at WrestleMania. Unless they do something major with Randy's character, I'll be shocked at WrestleMania if the fans just don't go absolutely bonkers for him. And
they'll lose their shit for him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want Cody to be the face, like, how are you going to make him the face when the fans are just going to they're going to be slobbering all over Randy?
The problem is that, like, even when you do stuff like you did Friday night with Cody, you don't do it enough. And what I mean by that is, okay, I honestly believe I would have him beat to a bloody pulp every week until Mania. Like, I would just put him in horrible, like, just out of the blue, just like the old jokes where, like, Randy Orton giving RKOs to, like, everybody, like, out of the blue, like,
that was another thing that was so good about that attack. Randy didn't use the RKO. He didn't use the drape and DD. He just beat the crap out of him. And
it's so good. It was so well done though, because he puts himself in a position where, like, oh, here comes the RKO, and he just grabs his head and just whack.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, good. They did really good on teasing.
He didn't use the punt or anything, right? He didn't use any of his signature stuff. He just
not a full-fledged punt, but I think his, like, third move right after stuff happened, you gave him a swift kick, like a good one. I don't think it was a punt to the head.
No.
But he gave him a good kick.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. This is going to sound horrible. So, like, I think that Punk Roman bores me so much that crapping on Cody is actually becoming a lifestyle for me. Like, because it's just, I'm just like, that steaming turd on Raw between those two, I'm just like, I don't know what you want me to do with this.
Yeah,
I don't know what you want me to do, because, like, Punk doesn't make me feel things, and, like, Roman's not there enough. I don't know. I don't want Roman to win because I'd like to see the title show up every now and again on TV. I don't want Punk to win either because I never thought he should have had the title. Meh.
No, but at least if Punk
people got hurt,
sets it up where he'll lose down the line. Where Roman's
See
hit
that
100.
title at SummerSlam.
Yeah, Roman's hit 100 days of champion. Yeah, he's had like 2 television appearances and
No matches.
no
Only
matches.
PLEs.
Yeah, but congrats on 100 days, brother.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
So yeah, I just it's really turned into like a hobby for me to crap on the Cody story. And honestly, tonight was very revealing for me because I never really looked at his stuff through a microscope like I did tonight and went, "Oh crap. That guy is again, what hard times has he faced?" Kevin Owens. I that match against Kevin Owens was next level. But even KO was calling him out on his shit during that program.
that's a hard time, not hard times. Like, hard times got to last a long time.
Well, and that's my whole thing, right? Like, I don't know why we're not doing the screw job angle. Like, I don't know why, like, we can't. I don't know. Like, I almost feel like you need. Oh my God, I'm gonna say this. Don't have the Rock there. Use the Rock, right? Yeah. What? Hear me out. Hear me
Rock
out.
ruins everything.
The Rock's also on the board.
Of course,
The Rock's got an issue with Cody. Rock can be the Vince to Cody. Like, he really could be. Now, and he doesn't even have to be around very much. He could just be making, like, bullshit calls. You know what I mean? Like, hey, he needs to be doing this. He's in a gauntlet match this week. Maybe we'll think about giving him a title shot. Like, do everything you can to strip the title off of Cody, which means Randy needs to go over. And then, but yeah, he's never had hard time.
But the only thing you can say is Cody didn't ask for that world title match against Drew. Nick just gave it to him.
But the problem is it then becomes entitlement. Whether or not he asked for it, it becomes entitlement. Right?
Yeah,
like,
he could have denied
you're the golden boy, so we got to make sure the golden boy gets his kick at the can. I don't give a shit. Like, honestly, like, I don't know. Like, Nick kind of screwed everything up. And he's just like, he never had a good justification because Drew called him out on the contract stuff too. And I was like, nobody said that he couldn't interfere in those matches.
No.
He just said that Cody did not get, had to win one of the two. So I call bullshit. And I think it's legit. But like, the problem is that Drew losing, it's just him slipping on a banana peel. Right? Like, I slipped, I fell, I lost my title onto Jacob Fatu. I don't know. But anyways, Matt, it's been a wonderful podcast. We actually went long, mostly bitching about Cody. Yep. Again, Cody fans, you get first in line, followed by Punk fans, and then unfortunately you Roman fans will be third in the list today of people that can hate on me. But why don't you tell since they're going to be hating on me anyways, tell them where they can hate on me, Matt.
So the remaining fans that are Randy Orton fans, you can find us on YouTube and TikTok, Instagram, X, Apple Podcast, and on Spotify. And again, happy St. Patrick's Day and
Patrickhausen.
Yeah, that's right, St. Patrickhausen Day.
I'm not letting it go, man. It's just going to keep on coming back. No, like Matt said,
so that means
like,
you're going to have your corned beef and Cabbagehausen, too.
I actually didn't, since I forgot it was today multiple times, I have nothing.
I'm not a huge fan.
I have a Coke Zero.
There you go.
Zero Hausen.
Hey, look at that. There we go.
Yeah. See? Quality work right there.
Today's episode, not sponsored by Coke Zero. Shaken, not stirred. Damn it. Took a tumble.
All right. Well,
hey, but thank you all. We got a lot of stuff coming up between now and WrestleMania. We have a 1-year anniversary. Looking at maybe having another guest. We will have a guest as we get closer, but I think there's one Sean and I have been talking about. I think Nick might pop on. We might have Nick on from I forget the name of his podcast, but you can find him on
Nick if you want to find him.
If you want to find him on YouTube, his channel is Nick Teodoro, Teodoro, first name Nick. That's his YouTube channel. He's a good friend of our channel, as well as BC WrestlePod. So shout out to those guys. And yep. But next month it'll be what are we calling it? Podcast Mania or
Potapalooza.
Potapalooza? Sounds
Or
like
Podmania. Podmania. It was
yeah,
Podmania.
Potapalooza sounds like a big green thing outside that you go poo in. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the Potapalooza and dump a grumpy.
Podmania.
We started out as a poop reference, and we're ending the show with a poop reference. Nice
Yes!
We bookended the show perfectly.
We most certainly did.
But that's
like
all
man,
I got. And back to you, my friend, and you can close out this business.
yes, this epically long episode, surprisingly. It's amazing how far you can get with Cody hate. Anyways, like Matt said, like, subscribe, love us, don't curse us.
You can hate us.
We love you all. We're enjoying the engagement very much so. I think people are starting to catch on to some of the things that we're thinking about. Like, I saw some positive comments this week. But yeah, no, we love you guys. And like Matt said, going into Mania, a lot of cool stuff coming up, man. The Podmania stuff, it's going to be the best way I could describe it is during the Super Bowl, they have Media Row kind of deal. We'll consider that like Podcast Row. And everybody's going to crosstalk. Everybody's going to give their take. We're all going to talk about Mania, but we got to get there first. So stick with us. Let's talk about it some more. We're going to be talking about Mania all the way up to it. And until next week, thank you for listening, and we'll talk to y'all later. We're out.
Bye-bye.